And we are live just in time for Swerve and Prince Nana on television. AEW Dynamite is live tonight. Big things happening in the world of wrestling. Big things happening in the world of pop culture. And your boys, the Final Boss Knock, and main man Zach, are going live. Thanks for jumping in with you guys. We have a nice show for you guys. Let me know how the audio sounds. Zach will be jumping in very shortly. But so much coming out. New video game releases like Silent Hill 2 I want to talk about. The new Mario Party looks crazy. So we're going to definitely jump into it. Can't wait for Zach to jump in here. But let us know in the comments what you're looking forward to in video games and wrestling, man. The year is almost over. Hope everyone's had a good year. I know it's been flying by. I also hope you have a good holiday season. It's almost that time of year. I don't know if anyone does any Black Friday shopping. Thanksgiving, obviously, Christmas coming up. So a lot of big things happening. Lance Archer coming out right now. Dynamite. He kind of has his hair looking like Drew McIntyre when he would come out. And if anyone's trying to keep up with this, I'm trying to keep up with this as well. It looks like Don Callis did a trade. I didn't know you could do this, but they traded people. Now in the Don Callis family is Lance Archer and Brian Cage. Where's the Gates of Agony? I don't know what's going on with that. But Dynamite has been hot. There's been a lot of good stuff going on. And I know Zach's going to come in here and talk about the Moxley stuff going on. But without further ado, let's hit that intro. And I think when we hit the intro, the main man, Zach, will be here as well. So we'll see you guys in a moment. And we're back. Yeah, a lot of big things. Again, I don't know if any of you guys have been starting Agatha all along or the Penguin. I plan to get to those this week. I've been hearing nothing but great things about the Penguin, so I'm very excited. Finally, DC has something to be positive about. We got some Superman news, some Green Lantern news to get into. A lot of very exciting things. And if you're here with us, we're on the West Coast here, obviously at West Coast Pop. So it's around 6:30 our time. But if you're here with us from the East Coast or any other time zone that's super late at night, we really appreciate you guys jumping in with your boys. All the comments, all the likes. It's been a heck of a year for us. We're at now, 4,200 subs. When we first started this out, man, we didn't know how far we could take it, how far we can grow. But this is very exciting to keep this thing going. I know our schedules have been super hectic. Finally, it looks like mine might be getting to a good place where I can really dedicate a lot of time to putting those videos out. I love doing those champions videos, so I can't wait to get back to those. Then our tier lists are so fun. Me, Zach, and Eric, we're all actually good friends outside of this show. So we love debating these type of things. We love talking about stuff, whether it's wrestling or any other of our other interests. So the fact that now we get to put it on here and have other people like you guys in our community jump in, the West Coast poppers, if you will, that makes it all the better. So we're going to do our first live tier list. It's coming up. We're still going to get that date. I'm hoping for Friday. We're going to have a Friday tier list. It'll be the Eddie Murphy movies, his comic specials, all that in one. Me and Zach are big Eddie Murphy fans, so this is going to be very cool to do. I know Zach's jumping in soon, so we're going to get to some of those topics as well. Speaking of the guy, when you speak of the main man, he pops up. You guys can't see him yet, but he's behind the curtain, if you will. We're going to bring him out very soon. The main man, Hollywood Zach, is here.
Hey, Knock, how you doing, man?
What's up, man? You been rampaging?
I've been rampaging on Friday night.
Let me see. Let me check my audio. I think I'm good now. I think it was my end.
That's okay. How you doing, man?
Good, man. It's been hectic. I told him my schedule might be evening out a bit here, I can't wait to get back to these champion videos. And I was teeing up the Eddie Murphy tier list.
Good. I'm just gonna grab a new slide that I added into ours. But the Eddie Murphy tier list, I'm so excited for it, especially if you're a fan of 90s and 80s Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, and if this kicks off, this is our first live tier list. You know, I would love, like I said, me, Zach, and Eric, we're all friends outside of this podcast. So we have these debates, we have these conversations, and now that we get to have a live one with our West Coast poppers, man, it makes it all the more special. So we can't wait to do that. Maybe this Friday, Zach?
Maybe this Friday.
Okay, so keep the date marked for you guys.
Oh, man. What else has been going on with you? Everything good?
Everything's been good, man. We're getting closer to some exciting news. I can't wait to talk about it. I got some stuff in the mail. I can't wait to show. But, you know, it's very nice, exciting times.
Good. Oh, man.
Did you watch Wrestle Dream by any chance?
I watched most of it.
Okay. There was one part. I tweeted this out. There was one part in particular when Kyle Fletcher turned on Will Ospreay. The whole reveal, his hair looked like Quicksilver for a hot second there. This Don Callis family has completely changed. We have now Brian Cage and Lance Archer in here off of a trade. Don't know how that works.
Yeah. I don't know if AEW knows how that works.
Not to mention, Hobbs is still part of the Don Callis family. Now you got Brian Cage in there, who last time I checked, they didn't like each other because they're in Team Taz and they had a falling out.
So I'm watching that now. Why is Hobbs part of the family?
Wait, Hobbs came back?
Oh, no. Did you say Hobbs is part of the Don Callis family?
Yeah, before he got injured, he was part of the family.
Okay. Because I don't think he's going to be part of that family. I think he's part of the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah, that's where I think he should be, too. That's a good way to bring him up. I will say this. I caught the tail end of the Shelton Benjamin versus Leo Rush match. I'm so happy how they built up Shelton Benjamin. Commentary was on fire, building up as some killer, and they delivered in a match. It was really good.
Did he win?
He did. Decisive win.
All right.
And I think it's fine. I like Leo Rush. I think it's okay to lose this match. I think Shelton's never really got built up as that guy. So I'm glad that someone's doing it on a main stage.
Right. Yeah, Shelton, I mean, we saw him live. He's outstanding.
He is. That's the first time I've seen him live. I was very excited to see him. The main event, wrestle. Prestige has not missed since the show me and Zach have been able to attend.
Right. And we keep an eye on it. There's no Prestige coming soon. There's a GCW show in LA. But otherwise, Prestige, Wrestling Revolver, all these other indie places are blowing up. So like keep supporting them because they're going all over the country now rather than just sticking around certain places. So that's good news.
They are. I feel like those in particular really lock down the West Coast. They have these team up shows they do every now and then. And like you said, they're expanding East Coast. I see them in Ohio every now and then. So they're doing their thing.
Yeah, it's good to see. And it looks like Mariah May is going to feud with Anna Jay.
I'm not mad at it. You know, Anna Jay just came off her Stardom run. And they're trying to have her get some momentum. Mariah obviously made her bones in Stardom. So these are good, I think, stop gaps before we get back to the Tony Storm storyline.
Yeah. All right. Fright Night Dynamite is announced. Okay.
I like that, actually.
All right. I like it too. It's the night before Halloween, which is better than being on Halloween because everyone's out doing stuff on Halloween.
Exactly. I like the themed episodes, man. I was always a big fan of that. Ohio, I think, is a good market, so that should be good.
I hope so. Let's get to that right now. The match that's set, Swerve versus Shelton Benjamin. Is that where Bobby Lashley winds up? Is that where his big debut is, Knock?
I think you do it here because it's too early. You just built up Shelton as a beast. Let him get a nice win over Swerve after Bobby just annihilates Swerve Strickland. I think that's the way to do it, man. And what a better place to debut the beast, known as Bobby Lashley, the Destroyer, than Fright Night Dynamite.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm down with that.
Whoever came
glad
with
that they didn't.
Good
What's
job.
that?
Whoever came with that name, good job.
Yeah, they came up with that one and then another one too, like a backup, which I like. I like them both. Yeah, Fright Night Dynamite. Mr. All Power, welcome to the stream. Let us know your thoughts on everything that we're talking about. Of course, if you want to include Knocker in your rip on Joker too.
You not enjoyed it?
He gave it a D, and he had a bunch of other comments for it, and the box office proves it. So
yeah, I'm not surprised. I think for a while now, didn't have any interest in this movie, and I think I'm gonna skip it.
Yeah, I'll wait for streaming.
I mean, there's been some positive DC news though with the Penguin, which I still gotta watch. I was talking about it earlier before you jumped on.
Okay.
I've heard nothing but great stuff about this show.
Same. I'm gonna get into it soon. I just got into Agatha, and I'm caught up on that. So
okay, since from someone who hasn't watched it yet, what do you think?
It's exactly what we talked about before it aired on the stream. Don't expect anything from it, and I think you'll enjoy it.
Okay. Have you seen any of Aubrey Plaza yet? Is she?
Yeah, she's been in.
Okay.
So there's a reveal that they didn't need to wait so long to do. That's not a big deal. But we'll talk whenever you watch it. So
all right. I was telling them in the chat earlier, I do want to get to these this weekend, so I'm gonna try to catch up on some things.
You know what I did finish, Knock?
Earth by His Heroes?
Yes!
Let's go. So
2 seasons, 26 episodes each.
Yeah. I loved how they handled the Skrull invasion. That's one of my favorite iterations of that.
It was very good.
Yeah, just heck of a show, man. I'm glad you got to see it. I doubt they'll bring it back, but 2 seasons to go out with a bag like that, great show.
Yeah. I saw the show that they replaced it with, and I mean, yeah, they pretty much.
It's a hard left.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip it.
Yeah, don't waste your time there. That's really good, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's one of my favorites all time.
Yeah, I like it. What else we got going on?
I kind of threw it in here. I was talking about some video games earlier. We have 2 pretty big releases this week. I don't know if you ever played the Silent Hill games. I was always a Resident Evil person, but I know Silent Hill is like one of the scariest games, one of the most highly reputable games. They have a remake coming out, and it's actually, I've heard from some fans, it's really good.
Okay, I played the original of this one on the PS2.
Okay.
I really liked it. There's obviously with every game, there's some frustrating parts, but I really like Silent Hill 2, and I'm probably going to get this one and replay it.
I'm for sure getting this because, again, I've never got into Silent Hill. I've always heard about it, so this is exciting. And I've heard the remake was good. I heard they changed up a few things that fans of the original would kind of appreciate or notice.
Okay.
So there are slight differences. I cannot wait to play.
I'm excited. If you do play, let me know. And if anyone else out there is going to play, let me know. I hate the movies. I'm pissed that they can't nail in the movies, but that's fine. You know what? Maybe it's just for us gamers.
For a first-time player, Zach, would this be a good streaming game?
Yes, I think so, especially for you who doesn't like the horror stuff, and for Eric, if he's going to stream it, who doesn't like the horror stuff, the reactions would be priceless.
I love the horror stuff.
Oh, you love the horror? Okay, I'm sorry. I guess just
my favorite game is Resident Evil, bro. I play all the horror games.
That's true. I'm
not the biggest horror movie guy, but I'll play all the horror games.
All right. But yes, this is a streaming game. It is on the level of, it's a slower paced Resident Evil if you want to get into it.
Okay. Yeah, they've always compared those 2 games, so that's why I was always interested in it.
Yeah.
And then if we're going for the Barbenheimer of video games, now let's go to Mario Party Jamboree. Complete opposite. This is getting a lot of great reviews. I've seen some of the videos. It looks pretty fun. Definitely want to try this out with my girlfriend. We're into Mario Party right now, and I want to see some of the newer ones, new levels, new maps. So this comes out tomorrow, actually. So I'm probably gonna pick up both of these games this week.
Good for you, man. This is getting awesome reviews, and it's. I know the Switch 2 is coming out, but if it wasn't, this would kind of make me want to get a Switch right now.
Yeah, Switch might be on sale. They're in such a great lane right now that their sales have been incredible, and they have these games that you just pick up and play with anybody. I have my PlayStation, but my Switch gets used as well because this is a great system for me and my girlfriend to play together and enjoy.
Nice. Noob, I know you're a video game guy. Let us know if you're playing any of these, Millennial Noob.
What's up? You're doing all right too. Noob in the chat, man. We're talking about Silent Hill as well, Mario Party. I don't know if you're into these games, but I'm pretty excited for both.
There's another game I put in here, Knock. If we can touch on that, since we're talking about video games. I actually have Do you want to talk about a new video game, or unless you got another slide for this?
I don't. So if you want to jump into video games and continue that, I'm good.
All right, I'm just going to jump into this, and then I have something to get your opinion on. This is coming out. It is Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Look at how big that motherfucker is, man.
Yeah.
That is huge. Are you a Call of Duty fan?
I was back in the day. I still am. Don't get me wrong. Like I'll play Warzone. I haven't played the story in so long, but my favorite Call of Duty series is the Black Ops series, specifically Black Ops 1 and some of the sequels. But Black Ops has always been a hit.
All right, I have a question then for you and anyone out there who wants to chime in. I've never played Call of Duty. I don't have that much time for gaming. Am I better off getting Call of Duty Black Ops 6 as my jumping point, as a good game to play online, or should my simple ass stick to something free like Fortnite?
I think, listen, Fortnite's cool. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, it's a massive game. I think you should probably play Warzone if you want to dip into Call of Duty right now. It might be hard to jump into the multiplayer, the actual regular multiplayer, like traditional.
Yeah.
It is a bit of like it's a pick up and play game, but it's a bit of a learning curve with some of the shooting and like how quickly you die. Like coming from Uncharted playing that, I feel like you get hit. What you could be shooting, you get hit one time, and like what happened? So maybe a bit of a learning curve. If you're jumping into Call of Duty for the first time, the best time to always jump in is when the game first comes out. If you try to jump in any later than that, some people will still at some high levels. It's gonna be a little weird, but I would say Warzone's free right now. If you want to try Call of Duty, try Warzone. If you want to see that, get that taste for it.
All right, I'll get a taste, and hopefully not a taste from a butter knife if you've been following that, dude. I love those videos. But these are the preload launch details if you are getting it. Obviously, PC is going to be first, and then PlayStation and everyone else gets it later on.
Yeah, I mean, Microsoft owns it now, so they can kind of do what they want.
Yeah. This is Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is going to be awesome. There are billboards that took over the Warner Brothers billboards on Hollywood Boulevard right now, full of Black Ops 6. So this game is getting the marketing push to be a huge, 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 huge game.
I mean, it's crazy how they've adapted with the times. Growing up, the big heavy hitter first person shooters, it was Call of Duty and it was Halo.
Yeah,
sadly, Halo wasn't able to keep up. They kind of fell off, and Call of Duty's found their way to like get into the battle royale and just keep staying relevant. So they've done their thing, man. That's an all time high selling grossing game. And if you think 102 gigabytes is a lot, wait till we see the Rockstar GTA 6 gigabytes for that game.
Oh my god, you have to buy a whole new system just for that.
You might have to. It might cost a new system.
I think so. Let me ask you this question right here. This is popping up if you get a game from Steam. A prompt comes up and says a purchase of digital product grants a license for the product on Steam. And if you want to learn more, you click on it. But obviously, when stuff like this comes up, we just click, we pay, and we get our game. Basically, what this is saying is, hey, you don't own this game. This is going to be probably a law. I know Gavin Newsom is trying to get this put into California. So anything you buy digitally, movie, TV shows, video games, a prompt like this comes up to allow you, the consumer, to know that you do not actually own this like you own physical media. What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so like, I mean, if you've been playing video games for a bit, and especially if you're like a PC gamer or you buy digitally, this is kind of like a known thing around the gaming community, but it's just not said. The companies will actually put it out there and say it, but it's pretty much known. They can take the game away whenever they want because it's just a license. And that's the thing that pisses me off, because when you go to the store to buy it physical, say like back in the day it was like $59.99 or whatever it is now.
Yeah.
You're paying because they're putting it together. It's a physical copy. It's the packaging, all that type of stuff. When you buy it online, that eliminates all of that. So why is it still $59.99? They're still charging the same prices for just all you have to do is it's a flip of a switch, basically, where they can turn it off and turn it on. So it should never be the same price. That's why like PC gamers would save so much money, because on Steam and PC, you would save a ton of deals buying digitally. But it was just known you're buying the license, not the actual game. If you don't have it physically in your hand, you don't own it, fully.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the thing. And so it's not really, it's kind of like just more of what I've already knew.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm glad they're putting a thing out there. And like you said, it's like when we are going to get our WrestleMania tickets next week, and let us know if
Yes,
you're getting WrestleMania
sir.
tickets. You pay a service fee for a fucking computer to do something. You're not paying a service fee for someone sitting in a hot little room processing your tickets. It's
First of all,
ridiculous.
it's unbelievable. Me and my girlfriend actually just bought some tickets last week for Coldplay. She's a huge Coldplay fan.
Oh, nice.
They're charging out the ass for the processing, for the booking, all this nonsense, man. It's ridiculous.
That's why I like my little clubs here in LA. I like the Viper Room, the Roxy, and the whiskey. You pay $25 cash, maybe $1 for the processing fee, and that's that. You go see your show, you say hi to Lita Ford, and you go home with a nice little night.
Yeah.
But I get you, man. Oh man,
insanity. Speaking of which, since you brought it up, we are planning to go to Mania. Mania's in Vegas, man. I don't know if we'll do a road trip or if we'll just fly there, but I can't wait to get there. Get some content. It'll be my second Mania.
Yeah.
So there's a lot. Come April, guys. Our West Coast poppers. There's gonna be some cool stuff going on next year, man. I can't wait.
Very cool stuff. And Mr. Park can wait for Black Ops 6 and says, all right, do Warzone, buddy. I'm going to tell you too, since we got this up here, I looked at the prices to buy a physical copy, and that's what I'm going to do with it, because the whole point of these next gen systems, their whole big spiel about that was this is the future.
Exactly.
And now you're getting fucked over. So I'm going to stick with my, since I got the disc drive, I'm going to stick with the physical copy.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. And then, like, I don't know if you've been seeing, but the disc drive, oh, I think we talked about it. They've been buying it out and then skyrocketing the prices.
Yep.
So you already know what's coming.
But what do we have coming next, Knock, as this Wednesday night Dynamite continues?
It does, man. And again, it's great to see Jay White back, man. He's incredible shape right now. I want to see Nick Wayne wrestle more. But do you think Christian Cage is going to be world champion next year?
So I guess we'll get to the next bit in a little bit here. I think they're building Darby Allin to be the next champ. So whatever Christian Cage has, I don't think it's really going to amount to anything, because they're building. Well, I mean, I'll talk about the picture that I got up here since we're talking about Dynamite. This is basically what I think is happening right now. AEW is building their NWO. If you are about AEW, you are in trouble. You are going to get it from the BCC, who I really think should change their name now that they're going to be doing this angle. This is what they're doing. Right. So I think they're building Darby Allin up. They did 2 takes on this, the Bryan Danielson match, and now tonight, where Bryan Danielson is now semi-retired by Jon Moxley, your new champ, who is going to be a more ruthless version of Hollywood Hogan, and this is who's taking over apparently. And we already had another backstage segment with Dark Order and everyone else, which is going to be NWO versus AEW, and it looks like Darby Allin is going to take over the role of his mentor Sting in this role. So is that what you think is happening, and or you think something else is going down?
I'm starting to think I don't see how they get Shane McMahon in here.
Who was really behind the NWO? Eric Bischoff.
The Bischoff character? Okay.
He's going to be the Bischoff character.
When do you debut him then?
You never debut him. Screw him. I don't ever want to see him in there. And what if Christian Cage after Darby wins? I don't know, man. You think that'd be too big of a moment to ruin with Christian Cage, or maybe a month after?
I actually seen that floating around. It depends how they do it, because I mean, Darby would be the ultimate babyface, and that chase to get back to the world title, you kind of give him the title without giving it to him. It depends on how you do it, but Christian would be the perfect person to do that.
Yeah. Oh man, Cole Money loves Mox. What's your take on all this, Knock? Are you digging this? Are you think it's too NWO-ish, or what are your thoughts on all this?
I think Mox has been incredible. You can't be too NWO-ish when you got Marina Shafir there. I like the diversity here. We got
Yeah, we all need a Scott Norton in our group.
No, Marina's incredible. Mox, she was handpicked by Moxley. Moxley wanted to work with her for a while. He wanted to see her.
Okay.
I think they just need, like, I don't know what else they need, but Mox has been incredible. His promo's been great.
All right. You think this is the group? You think this is the big takeover group? Well, it was supposed to be storyline wise, it's supposed to be the new elite, but that got
supposed to be the elite.
Side.
It was supposed to be who was the other group that's doing this? There was some other group I felt like it was in between.
There was.
I'm blanking out, but I mean, there's a lot of groups. You got the Hurt Business going on now, or Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah, so it's another one. And is Mercedes building a group or not?
I thought she was, and then she kind of disappeared. The other one that disappeared, I just remember Deanna has a group.
Yes, so far it's just Taya. And she's building that on Rampage.
And I haven't seen her in a few weeks, I feel like.
Yeah.
They've kind of dropped the ball in Deanna's book, and I'm not going to lie here. I just got to be honest with what I'm seeing. I got to call it how I see it.
She's just been cutting promos on Rampage. That's it.
Okay.
In back like vignettes.
Okay. Yeah, let's ramp her back up, man, because she can be a really good champion, a good challenger.
And yes, Mr. Alpar, that is DC on the side of the ring promoting the new AEW DC crossover.
Did you see any of that? I seen a Swerve Strickland one. I think I seen the Osprey one. I don't know if there's.
I saw the Brit one, the Darby. It's okay. I don't really like the drawings. Only look good on certain people, or on certain things. I got to read the whole things to look at them. So I think it's a good crossover. That's what you do.
I think it's good. I think it's a good crossover. I just felt like they could have put a little more effort into it. Like there was one clip or one shot. It's a great shot of Swerve on the car. It looks like he has the North American Championship instead of the AEW one. I just like if you could have just like did a quick research on your belt, just like, oh, we could design it this way.
Right.
I don't know, but it's a cool crossover and it looks really cool.
Yeah, it is cool. I think some of it debuted on the back end of some DC comics, but we got to address this Coldplay stuff here. Oliver Vergara, hope you're doing all right. Wasn't able to get Coldplay or Taylor Swift tickets for my girlfriend. Not the pre-sale, not the general sale. Damn, man, shit's hot. I know she's disappointed, but didn't want me to know. And the last one, knock. Mera, how you doing all right? How y'all get Coldplay tickets? I was part of the pre-sale number 86,000 something. And wasn't able to get anything. Tried the general sale too, and nothing. Did you get the tickets, knock?
My girlfriend secured them. If you got to general sale, everything was gone. If you were in a pre-sale, everything was gone. She had like, never mind. But she found a way.
Okay. Damn, I didn't know Coldplay is that hot still. They're just on SNL, so
yeah, I guess they got it like that. I mean,
they do.
It's been how many years now going?
I don't know. Ever since it was all yellow.
Yeah, the Brits.
Yeah, the Brits. One of the biggest selling bands of all time. I just want to chime in on this. I don't know if I really am going to buy into this NWO thing. After Mox's big speeches about coming here, he needs to deliver that one speech that says, this is why I'm turning on this company that I love, that I'm leaving WWE for, that I left the Indies for, which he's fucking hot on the Indies for before AEW. And like, there needs to be a justifiable promo, and your counterparts need to too. I hated the heel turn with Wheeler Yuta at Wrestle Dream. So lame and predictable. Just, I don't know, man. I don't know if Wheeler Yuta just needs to be repackaged or what, but
being at odds with his teammates here. I kind of like that storyline, and the crowd was getting behind him being at odds. So I think they could have waited a little longer before he turned.
I don't know. And Pac just seems like he's like waiting. He's like just there. He's just.
I still need justification why Pac's in the group. Because he remember Blood and Guts, he walked out on his team. He didn't know what to do with them.
Exactly. AEW, I'm going to get into the dumb booking with MJF and Adam Cole. They should just drop that damn feud. I do not care for story time with Adam Cole anymore. They made me not care about Adam Cole.
You remember those like early 2000s or 90s sitcoms where like they'd write stuff and then all of a sudden they'd drop it the next week. Like sometimes someone will have a family member and then they'll drop them, or they'll get a random family member. That's what AEW does with these storylines. Like now Chris is a face again. You know, we're just doing what we want pretty much.
I'm in the last season of Family Matters, and I've been in the last season for hours because I don't want to say goodbye to it because we watch it every Friday night or almost. But they do that with Little Richie's mom. And then they have like 3J, like all these random people, and like the grandma, and like they're there, but they're not there, and these new people who live there, and then they don't. It's I get what you're saying.
Yeah, because we were just watching. Me and my girlfriend would watch King and Queens, and they did that notoriously for a few episodes.
Cousin Oliver, and then Married with Children did a spoof on that with Seven. Like and then they just go away after a little bit.
Yeah, let's just lock it in, AEW, because I'm rooting for y'all, man.
All right.
I was gonna bring this up too. Like people like Mox and Jericho, who we know blew up in WWE.
Yeah.
How much more do you think they got in AEW? You think they're gonna hear for even longer? It's been 5 years now. I think back to like TNA when WWE guys would come over. We knew they'd be here for like a little bit. But we always felt like they'd be ready to leave at some point. Kurt Angle was the exception. He stayed way longer than I thought he would. But you think Mox and Jericho, these type of guys, gonna stay here for much longer?
I think they almost have to, based on their promos coming into AEW, saying like this is the place. The endorsement was so thick that I think you have to stick it out. I think it's not a bad thing either. I'm not saying like they have to like silence anybody. It's just, I know Jericho wasn't there tonight, or he just did that backstage thing, but he was filming for the Adam Carolla show. And Moxley, I think as long as he can go and like do his other stuff in New Japan and the Indies, I think he stays here because this is the only place where he can wrestle his way outside of a major company.
Yeah.
And then Claudio made a statement I found ridiculous, saying not everyone needs to be the main, whatever he said, like the main event or the star or something like that. Like, isn't that why you kind of like jumped out of WWE's, because you weren't the main event or the star and you weren't gonna? But now it's cool with it, I guess. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The other thing too, I got me thinking like what Adam Copeland, he was waving the AEW banner. Next year, you don't like to talk about it, but next year, John Cena's last year. Yes. So Adam Copeland's not going to be around for Cena's last year?
Good on Adam Copeland, not wasting his time on trash bags last year.
He was the main Cena villain. He was Joker to Batman.
He was the reason Edge wasn't brought to life even more as a huge villain, because John Cena was this little Boy Scout bitch who was like, he knows what Vince McMahon's undies smell like. That's how close he is to Vince McMahon. That's how the face became the guy who ran the place, because he wasn't allowed to let villains like Edge or Randy Orton become villains and run the company. They needed John Cena to be the Boy Scout. Good riddance. 2025 can't go away fast enough.
Man, that's gonna be something. I see you guys in here. I do feel like we're missing out, though. I will say that I do feel like we're missing out a little bit.
I'm Edge don't want that stink on him. Good on you, Edge.
Yeah. Another farewell tour we're getting is Hiroshi Tanahashi, the New Japan president. He announced 2025 will be his last year. He'll retire 2026. I'm guessing Wrestle Kingdom.
A week after Cena's, I do believe. And thank you for taking the real headlines of a real retirement. That one I'm looking forward to. That's gonna be great.
He's the guy over there, man. That's the ace. So they really got to start building up their new talent, though. Like they are. Shout out to Zack Sabre Jr. for finally winning his first major world championship.
Hold on, you said new talent. Zack Sabre Jr.
I know. I pause. New talent, and then also
okay.
Shout out to Zack Sabre Jr. But they got to build the other guys. You got Shooter, you got Yota Tsuji, you got a lot of guys, man. You got to build up.
All right, I got it.
Yeah.
You know how insanely good WrestleMania 41 is going to be without this noob. I'm so good. Put that piece of trash on night one. Have him open up the kickoff. Have him like wrestle while they're setting up the ring. Zack Sabre Jr. fan from Mr. All Power right there.
I seen Gunther shouted him out too, man. He was happy for his guy.
Yeah.
The crowd looks pretty good in San Jose. I hope they're doing some good numbers, man. It's been sad to see the ratings. Was it last week? It was 200,000.
Yeah,
that hurt to see.
NXT. Here's an interesting fact: NXT dropped about 200,000 this week, and there's 600,000 some. So I think it's very funny. There's two ways to look at it. Like, oh shit, NXT on CW is not as hot as we thought, or now that AEW is not on the same night, those are AEW fans that said, "Nah, we're good. AEW got NXT on this night." And now those 200,000 fans will go back to AEW tonight. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see tomorrow with the ratings.
That's the thing. They really need to get their exclusive like fans back. I don't know what they can do, but they don't ever get close to 1 million anymore. And they're barely getting to 800, 900,000.
Okay, so tonight, the current setup, according to Wrestle Tickets on X, tickets distributed 3,266 with 304 available yet. So the setup is for 3,570. So this is 3 hours ago. So I'm sure they maybe distributed some more.
Okay. I don't remember them really going to San Jose. So I don't know if this is like a new location for them. And then here we go again. Listen, why is Battle of the Belts being announced only a few days before it actually happens?
I don't know. I saw that they're
no
taping Rampage tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, what?
What do you think of
the end of the show?
That's it. 9-minute overrun. Jay White loses thanks to Hangman. NWA on X, good. Get it out there some more. You're going to get more eyes on you than you will on the CW app.
I think so too. I mean, WWE put speed on there for a reason. There's a audience.
And Natalia Markova is also going to be in a tournament for the Jericho Cruise in January. They're new. I'm sure you already know. TK stopped caring about Battle of the Belts. So did we. Yeah, Battle of the Belts is a waste of time.
Yeah.
I don't know, has a belt ever changed hands on that?
One time it was Sammy versus it's supposed to be Sammy versus Cody. Cody got hurt, so it was Sammy versus Dustin for the interim belt.
Okay.
And that's right before he had the ladder match the week later, and that was like Cody's last match, I think.
Gotcha.
Besides that, oh no, and then the last time it was Dustin again when he won the triple, what's it, the Ring of Honor 6-man belts.
Oh, yeah.
But besides that, it really never happens. There's been like, what, 14 of these?
I think so. 14 or 15 were up on. Lame. Hey, Knock.
What's up, man?
Did you see this?
I meant to mention this. Shout out to Toni Storm. I agree with it completely. I think 100%. The only person I would think of for number one would be Athena. But again, she's hid behind this paywall, hid behind Ring of Honor. But shout out to Toni Storm, man. I think this was her best year of her career. This was incredible.
This was incredible. This was a lot of just her. And obviously RJ City and whoever else booked her matches and the storyline, and Ryan May, who was the co-star, and then whoever you want to say are the guest stars, but definitely easy number one. And to your comment right there with Athena, I'd bump a few people back and put her higher up in the top 10.
I think she just hit 10, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. No Mercedes Mone on the list. I think people said she just didn't have enough matches to qualify during this period. Who else did we have in there? Mariah May was there. I think Stephanie Baker was on there.
Yeah, she's like, I think in the top 5. Bailey was on there.
I don't know where Jordan Grace was, but
Jordan Grace was number 2. Rhea Ripley is number 3.
Grace was 2?
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, I think this was a strong year. I think this was a strong year for women outside WWE to get some shine in the top 10.
Yeah.
No Mercedes on it, no Charlotte. So the big shocker for me, which kind of shows you, I don't know what the booking has been, Bianca was like 34. She fell way off.
Their ranking system is it's flawed, but it makes sense.
No, it definitely makes sense. I mean, we all know how talented Bianca is. She's one of the best in the world. But like for the matches and storylines she's been in, it was kind of a step back year. She hasn't really been in the spotlight in a long time.
Right.
So
and then your top 10 is Toni, Jordan Grace, Rhea, Mika, Steph Vaker, Sari, Bailey, Willow, Mariah, and Athena.
That's good for Willow, man. I think this is the highest Willow's probably ever been in her career. That's really good to see because she definitely earned it. Sari had another great year as well. That's good to see her up there. I don't think she gets enough shine, especially coming off that NXT run that wasn't that good. Bianca tagging with Jade, that shouldn't mean a step back. I feel like they just threw her on. Whenever they throw people on as the host, unless it's someone like The Miz or Alexa Bliss who have that type of like a character, I just feel like they threw them on there just to be there. Bianca and Jade should have had a match.
Yeah. Even if they weren't having a match and they were the hosts, I didn't like that it was scripted and it was to set up a bit.
Yeah.
Like they're fine on their own. You can just have them talk and hey, you got 30 seconds. Let's do whatever backstage. You don't need this bit about Chelsea Green coming in stinking.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, there's more that could be done with Bianca and Jade. I don't know. I feel like they've been in the background for quite a bit of time here. I thought like they would be the ones to really take the tag belts and like have them defended and on the spotlight a little more.
I honestly, I want to say they're doing a great job of it because they're going on all shows. So
they
are doing a good job. And yeah. But it's like I don't know. They're just not hitting it, and I don't think they're hitting it building up to the breakup either because these two should just feel like two big stars rather than
I mean, it started that way. I loved how they came out in Mania, the big three. It felt big. That I still don't feel like they're given the spotlight.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. But again, on to this. I think this is a good list. I think all people in the top 10 were very deserving and had a great years. Tony, obviously, incredible. Really can't say enough about this. And that was only act 1. I think we have another act coming up with Tony Storm.
Okay, it's gonna be tough to top. That was really, really good.
Yeah.
Very well deserving. If we do not do the Eddie Murphy tier list this weekend, I will get the digital version of this, and we'll go through the whole thing on Friday for Rampage.
Okay.
And if not, we'll do it next week. The PWI women's list, full list, page by page.
I don't always agree with some of the quote unquote wrestling journalists or some of these outlets, but these type of things are really cool. I think it adds to the community to have these type of lists and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. It's a discussion. It gets people's names out there too, especially when you're including other people from non-American organizations. It's just the way they go about doing it isn't the definitive like who was the best of the year. So because like we're talking about, Jade and Bianca basically Bianca especially has had a shit ton of matches where if you're judging by that and wins, she should have been way higher up. If just judging by their metrics. But I'm very happy with Tony Storm number 1.
I am too, man. Shout out to the timeless one. Just great stuff all around.
All right, we got to bust out of here in a little bit, right?
Yes.
We're looking at your 17. All right, really quick, your thoughts on the new Green Lantern?
I like it. Remind me again what show or what movie really had this guy blow up? I just seen him recently in something.
It is a Netflix series I'm not familiar with, but apparently he was starting to get some big offers from other people.
Yeah.
And that might have been the reason why DC jumped on him now because he's going to be hot.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think these are all around good castings. I'm pretty excited for the show. I've always thought the Lanterns had some good content you can discuss, good like stories that people don't really know too much about. There was a CGI Green Lantern show that came on a few years back, like 2 seasons. I thought it was really, really good. They touched on so much stuff.
All right, I'm looking forward to this. I think it'll be good. Probably got to get up pretty quick, Knock.
I'm all right. I'm right.
You're right? Okay. I was looking to save most of this for Rampage. But speaking of DC, they released Krypto, the dog. James Gunn says it's based off one of his rescue dogs. Little mangy looking, not as crisp and clean as the Krypto we're used to, but there they are, sitting there watching the Earth from the moon.
I guess when you have a grounded movie, you got to go with everyone grounded because Krypto be looking like a show dog. Like this guy is,
Man,
the purebred.
Get some kryptonite fleas.
He must. I forgot they had that DC. What was it? That dog movie? I forget what they called it. That just came out.
Oh, Super Pets.
Yeah, Super Pets. I forgot about that.
Yeah, everyone did. Godzilla -1 coming back to theaters November 1st with 13 minutes extra footage. I'm gonna try to see this in IMAX. Have you seen -1?
No, it's like, and they kept bringing it back. It's like they're trying to get me to see it. It's like, come on, you gotta need to see it.
Right. If it comes now, we'll try to go together. We got the IMAX here. I got one by you. So all right.
And me and my girlfriend are looking for a new theater, so we're gonna be exploring some other options.
Let me know if you find one, because yikes. Gladiator 2 posters revealed, and I think these are pretty cool cups and popcorn buckets for them.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited for this movie, man. I'm glad you brought up. I was a big fan of the first Gladiator. I like these type of movies, so I'm excited for this. Pedro's been everywhere.
Yeah.
Denzel's started to branch out a little more.
Yeah.
The rumors are true.
I mean, haven't heard anyone say no.
Exactly. So there's some cool things coming out. I never thought I'd see Denzel in MCU, but Gladiator, I will be here for Gladiator too.
Yeah, Ridley Scott's doing it too, so it's gonna be decent. And this right as we're talking about the stuff for Steam and everyone else talking about you don't actually own the material. This is also going into effect from the FCC. They have to make it nice and simple for people to just have one button to unsubscribe from all streaming platforms, music, movies, any kind of content platforms, or any almost. There's a list if you look this up, type of platforms for it'd be nice and simple for you to just unsubscribe in one click of a button. So make it nice and simple for mom and pop.
Finally, because they be bullshitting with all these, like, you have to jump through so many hoops to unsubscribe. And listen, if I want to unsubscribe, just let me hit the button. All right. There's a reason to unsubscribe.
Exactly. I remember our password now, and then I gotta have these other things go back and forth through emails and texts, and then get out of here.
Yeah, they do this shit on purpose, but they make it so simple to subscribe. Put your payment in.
Oliver says, I'm glad they got a normal popcorn bucket because the Dune bucket was wild. See, you start with the Dune bucket and you finish in the Wolverine bucket, Oliver. That's what you do.
And then you get to that Venom.
Oh, that one. Okay.
What's up with this this comeback of the customizable popcorn buckets?
I don't know. They're selling for money online, so
yeah.
I kind of want to. I don't know. I want to try to flip one on them, but they're really not my thing. If you can't be logged in anymore. Exactly. Everyone's cracking down now. Can't watch it on my phone anymore because I already have it on the TV and something else.
It's so dumb.
Yeah. I don't know. We don't own anything anymore now. That's all I got.
It's the digital age, man. I got one more for you because my Bronx Bombers are 2 games away from going to the World Series. Shout out to the Yankees. Listen, some people dream about a white Christmas. I've been dreaming about a New York World Series, and it's finally here. All these LA Dodger fans and your Shohei Ohtani, even though he might be the greatest baseball player of all time, bump all that. The New York teams might be going to the World Series and play against each other, Zach. You know how unprecedented this is? You know how amazing that is for us New Yorkers?
I can feel it, Knock. I can feel how unprecedented and excited you are for this.
So right now, I think the Dodgers and Mets might be playing today, but the series is tied 1-1, best of 7 series. I don't really care about the Mets either way. If they make it, they don't. Who cares? It's all about the Yankees. The Yankees are up 2-0. We need 2 more wins, man. And it's right there. I can smell it. I can sniff it. It's just, it's mouth-watering, man. We haven't been to the World Series since 2009. We kept getting robbed by the cheaters known as the Houston Astros. But this is our year, man. The judge has spoken. And for our wrestling fans, the All Rise that Damian Priest does for the Judgment Day, you know where he got it from? Aaron Judge.
Ooh.
The captain, the Yankee slugger. So let's go to the World Series, man. Root for my Yankees.
All right. Well, the Mets versus Dodgers are right now. It is the bottom of the 7th. It is 4-0, Knock.
4-0 who? Dodgers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I don't really care about the Mets like that. If they go, they go. They can fall off a boat. It's all about the Yankees.
It works.
They're a second-rate team, anyways. They're they pick up our scraps, but to all the Mets fans out there, you're living in the Yankee town. That's been our show this week. That's
shit. Those are the comments directed at Knock.
Yeah, send them my way. I think one of our friends out here was a Met fan. One of our Rated R for Wrestling was a Met fan, man. We haven't seen him in a while.
Mets fans.
Yes, sir, man. But it's been a good show, good Dynamite, good week of wrestling.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to hear from you guys again. We should be getting that tier list out for you guys Friday. Can't wait to talk about some Eddie Murphy stuff, man. So jump in and chat with your boys.
Yes.
Zach, any final words?
Nothing. Just keep up with the channel, and we got some stuff coming up in the pipeline. Especially next month, we get the Scarface Q&A, and then we'll do either Friday or next week. We'll run down the full list of PWI's top women of last year.
Yes, good list. Can't wait to touch on that. It's been a good year. 4,200 West Coast poppers out there. From the main man Zach to the final boss Knock. We'll see you Friday. Peace out, y'all.